It's Magic Paul.
Hello and welcome to Magic Paul. So I went onto eBay and I was looking on eBay and I was trying to find the cheapest packs of Magic the Gathering. Now there are loads of the March of the Machine packs and the Dominaria United Jumpstart packs. Was interested in them. So the next cheapest packs I could find, certainly for a load of 6, was the Core 2021. Now in the last video I opened, unfortunately, 8 packs, which was too many for a sealed draft, and basically I tried to make a deck out of those packs, but they were of the different core sets including foundations. So I thought today, because obviously I was going to open more packs, I thought I'd do basically the same thing, but using the Core 2021 packs. Let's open them up and see if we've got anything interesting inside, see if we can make any money out of these, maybe, and see if we can build ourselves a deck. Let's see, shall we? So the first pack. We've got Sanguine Indulgence, the Honorary Dilophosaur, Igneous Cur, the Wishcoin Crab, Silent Dart, Duress, Prismite, Frost Breath, Anointed Chorister, Scorching Dragonfire, Angelic Ascension, Tide Skimmer, Chandra's Piling, zoom out onto it, there we go, Temple of Silence, that's my rare, Swiftwater Cliffs, and an Arena card. Okay. Right, so there's our first deck, first pack, sorry. Really poor turnout for green, not particularly good for blue. Mine not particularly good for white, only 2 white cards. Only 2 red cards and 2 black cards. So it's red that wins this pack. So on first looks at this, if I was going to do anything, it would probably be a red and blue pack. A red and blue deck, shall I say. But we will see what we get in the next one. So, next pack. And we've got Crash Through, Spined Megalodon, Duress, Life Goes On, Goblin Arsonist, the Vidalian Arcanist, Pitchburn Devils, Rambunctious Mutt, okay, Llanowar Visionary, Mistral Singer, Pestilent Haze, Burlfist Oak, Twin Blade Assassin. This looks like my rare, and we've got the Brash Taunter. Oh, an indestructible goblin. Nice. Land. And a putty tat. Well, nothing is actually dissuading me from the idea that red and blue are what we are looking at. Black and white have been pretty terrible so far. And green's not been particularly good either. So, Call 2021. Pack 3. Doop-be-doop-de-doo. Alright, so Blood Glutton. Return to Nature. Burn Bright. Cancel. Walking Corpse. Life Goes On. Liliana's Steward. It'd be nice if we got Liliana, wouldn't it? Alpine Watchdog. Why is it with white only giving us dogs? The Spell Gorger Weird. Epitaph Golem. Bolt Hound. Leafkin Avenger. This looks like our rare. And we've got another. Oh, it's a Masticore, so it's technically another dog. But the Spark Hunter Mastigore. Scoured Barrens. Mountain. Another cat. So, obviously we've only got the one blue in here, but it is a useful blue. But we're still, honestly, I'm still looking probably at an Is It deck. Although obviously we are better with black in this deck, but, and actually not bad with green. But yes, I think, in all realism, I'm probably looking at a Is It deck. Pack 4. The Gloom Sower. Titanic Growth. Destructive Tampering. Capture Sphere. Crypt Lurker. Colossal Dreadmaw. Short Sword. Celestial Enforcer. Roaming Ghostlight. Liliana's Steward again. Seasoned Hollowblade. Waker of Waves. Chandra's Piling in a fancy border. And here's our rare. We've got the Necromentia. So choose a card name from other than a basic land card name. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with that name and exile them. That player shuffles their library, then creates a 2/2 black zombie creature token for each card exiled from their hand this way. Now imagine this played against a Heir Apparent deck. Okay. I'm not sure if that would actually be a good thing or not, to be honest. Or maybe a Slime Against Humanity deck. Yeah, that, yeah. Forest. And a Soldier. Pack 5. Rookie Mystic. Alchemist's Gift. Gnarled Sage. Furor of the Bittern. Run Afoul. Silent Dart. Alpine Watchdog. Roaming Ghostlight. Swift Response. Siege Striker. Furious Rise. The Alpine Houndmaster. Oh, there we go. Got a mythic, and it's Basri Ket. Legendary Planeswalker. Put a +1/+1 counter on top of one target creature. It gains it indestructible till end of turn. -2, whenever one or more non-token creatures attack this turn, create that many 1/1 white soldier creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. And then -6, you get an emblem with, at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token, then put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Got another rare. This is foil. Yes, it is. It's foil. Teferi's Ageless Insight. Very nice. Windscarred Crag. And a Saproling. So that's interesting, isn't it? That's a very white-focused deck there, isn't it? Even if it is basically based on him. But, very nice. Okay, got our first Mythic and our first Planeswalker. The final pack. Cancel. Rise Again. Gnarled Sage. Burn Bright. Wall of Runes. Masked Blackguard. Short Sword. Garruk's Gorehorn. Basri's Acolyte. Rousing Reed. Angelic Ascension. Conclave Mentor. Oh, the Wildwood Scourge. These are rare. A Ruined Halo. And then a Tranquil Cove. And an Angel. Well, we're possibly looking at a white deck now. Maybe a white-blue. Or maybe even a white-green. Interesting. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to divide up all the cards into their colours and see how many of each colour we've actually got. Back in a minute. So, an interesting count there. So we've got 16, 15, 15, 15, 13, 4, and 8. And then obviously we've got the lands and tokens over there. So there's no particular colour that's sticking out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each again, and I'm going to see what cards we've got in each colour. Back in a minute. So here's where we've got for white. We've got 2 Alpine Watchdogs, 2 Angelic Ascensions, the Anointed Chorister, Basri Ket, Basri's Acolyte, the Celestial Enforcer, Rambunctious Mutt, Ruined Halo, the Seasoned Hollowblade, Siege Striker, and a Swift Response. So nothing really sticking out at me right there. Obviously, we've got Basriket and Basric Acolyte, which would make sense to go together. And obviously, we've got 2 dogs, so I suppose we could have a couple of dogs there as well. But yeah, we're looking at sort of a human dog deck there, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I suppose we've got a decent enchantment there as well. Got a decent removal. We'll have to see. Anyway, there's the white. So we've got the 16 blue cards. Got some good cards here. I mean, we've got a nice flying. We've got a couple of counter spells. We've got a couple of the play with other people's creatures. We've got 2 more flyings. A defender, crab, because who doesn't want a crab? We've got a nice big 7/7, which actually also gives a -1. We've got another flyer. We've got a hexproof shark. Got another enchantment here. And obviously we've got legendary enchantment. Honestly, I am actually... Oh yeah, we've got another a mana adder. So I am liking the idea of blue, and I'm actually leaning, possibly, towards a blue-white. Because I would obviously like to use my Planeswalker, but we will have to look at the reds, because obviously they're my other idea, aren't they? So let's have a look at black first. So this is black, and fairly disappointing, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, there's an awful lot you can do to annoy people. You know, you can return 2 cards from your hand, from your graveyard to your hand, return cards from graveyard to your hand. Well, all creatures get -2/-2. Or you can remove loyalty counters from a Planeswalker. That's very nice. Obviously, there's that nonsense that's going on there. We've got some boosting. Obviously, we've got some lifelink vampire type stuff. Duress is obviously always a very good card. We've got more life, lost life gain typey stuff. So, you know, it's all right, but there's nothing there that really sort of flicks my switch. So I don't think this is going to be a black day. Red's a little bit more interesting. There's definitely a lot more creatures. I mean, we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 creatures here. But we've also got some nice sorceries, some nice instants, and obviously some nice enchantments as well. So red really is one of those things that I'm really considering. I think it probably end up being a blue-red, but that depends on green, because it might end up being a green-red. But let's have a look at that, shall we? But first, green. And here's green. Obviously with green, the cards that I'd be really sort of interested in using would be things like the Hydra. Obviously the Elf's good for giving back mana. This is a decent card. You know, for 1 mana, you gain 4 life, or if a creature died this turn, you gain 8 life instead. And I've got 2 of them. So that is actually really nice. Creature wise, I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 creatures, you know. That's a nice removal. That's a nice removal. Obviously a nice boost. You know, at the end of the day, the green cards are actually pretty decent cards. There's just not many of them. Let's have a look at multicolored and see if they can make up any numbers. So multicolored. Green and white red and white, red and green, and black and green. So obviously, if I was going to go for, could go for a Boros deck with obviously white and red. Obviously, we've got the Selesnya deck. Gruul deck. God, I can't remember what the green and red is now. But yeah, okay, well, we do have cards that could boost us up a little bit. I guess we'll just have to see when we do a proper count up. Oh, we've got colours to do. So colourless cards, I mean, we've got, what, 3 artifact creatures, and then 2 artifacts, you know, a couple of swords and a couple of silent darts. I mean, they're nice. I mean, it's expensive for an attack to deal 3 damage to a creature. It's a possibility. Yeah, they're possibilities, especially those 2. And I think that one wouldn't be a bad one to add either. And obviously, the Prismite, you know, you're not going to complain about adding mana of any colour. So, yeah, okay. Let's play around and see what decks we can actually build, shall we? So this is basically what a blue and white deck would look like. This is 32 cards if you don't include that. So, you know, if you can possibly knock out 2 cards from this, maybe go for remove an Angelic Ascension and possibly a short sword. And there you go. You've got your 40 card deck. Add your lands to that. Obviously, we've got that land we could stick in there. So you need 39 lands. Sorry, not 39 lands, sorry. 29. No, I'm going mad. 19 lands. And that would be your 40 card deck that you'd go for a draft. You've got a decent amount of creatures. Some decent enchantments, including some legendary enchantments. Some decent instants. No sorceries, which is interesting. A couple of artifacts, and of course you got your Planeswalker. So honestly, a blue and white deck I think probably would work. But let's look at a blue and red deck, which was my second idea. So here's what a blue and red deck could possibly look like. There are a couple of cards that you could take out, obviously. I've already taken out a Burn Bright, so you could probably lose a Cancel and maybe a Chandra's Piling, and to bring the card count down so you can add more land. But again, there's a decent amount of creatures. We've got some enchantments, we've got instants, we've even got a couple of sorceries here. So yeah, I think I would be perfectly happy to play a red and blue deck, especially because we also happen to have the Swift Water Cliffs. Yeah, so that would obviously work out nicely. Yeah, so there's the other option. And finally, for this this video, there's a possible red-green deck. Nice beastie deck with lots of fairly high-hitting beasts. Obviously, not the goblins; they're fairly low-hitting beasts. Except for obviously the Brash Taunter, which was an indestructible. So this would obviously be a fairly interesting one, especially with things like trample until end of turn. So yeah, I think that would actually be quite a fun deck to play. Anyway, so if you enjoyed what you have seen today and you liked looking at possible deck building from drafts, then please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.